So in this video we will try to have a look at how to actually perform space optimization in case of longest common subsequence problem. Now let's just get started with it. So whenever we are trying to perform the space optimization, it's a very good idea to have a look at the recurrence relation. So in this case, if you have a look at the recurrence relation, you will realize that dp of I comma j, it depends upon dp of I plus 1 comma j plus 1, or it depends upon dp of I comma j plus 1, or it depends upon dp of I plus 1 comma j. So if we focus on this dependency over here, we will realize that to solve the ith state, so this is the important part over here. The realization is to solve the not the ith state, to solve the ith row of this dp, we all we need is the value of the I plus first row. All right, so if we know the value of I plus first row, we can calculate the value of entire ith row. All right, so that's what we are suggesting over here right now. So consecutively, it also means that we can discard all the rows j that are greater than I plus 1. All right, so it just means that at a particular moment in time, we will be holding only 2 rows in the memory. All right, so let's say I am trying to compute the ith row. So in that case, I will be holding only the ith and I plus first row in the memory. So I hope that this entire thing was clear. The entire point over here that I just made was clear. So let's just have a look at the very simple try run for this case. So initially we will have the nth row in memory. That's all that we will have. Now in the end of the n minus 1th iteration, what we will do is we will calculate the value of n minus 1th row, and then after that, after let's say I calculate n minus 1th row, and after that I will discard nth row from the memory. That is, I will completely erase nth row from the memory because I do not really need it anymore. Then in the next iteration, what I will do is I will calculate n minus 2nd row, then I will discard n minus 1st row, and this will go on till the point I calculate 0th row, and then I discard first row. All right, and after all of these calculations, what I need to do is return the 0th element of the 0th index of the 0th row. All right, so all I need to do is return 0th index of 0th row over here. All right, so if you notice, this is the entire algorithm over here. All right, so let's just try to code this up over here. So let's just have an array over here that represents the nth element initially, and it will be of size m plus 1, and we will initialize it with 0. All right, so since the nth row, if you remember, the nth row was our base case, and for I equals to n, dp of I comma j is equals to 0. That's why we are initializing the nth row with value 0 initially. Now we'll iterate over all the rows starting from the row I equals to n minus 1, and then we'll go all the way down up to 0th row. All right, so at the end, in each iteration, I will try to compute the value of ith row with the help of I plus first row. All right, so in this case, in the first iteration, I will try to compute the value of n minus first row with the help of this nth row over here that we have stored in this array over here. So to calculate, to store the value of the current row of the dp, let's just create another variable over here, that is another array vector int curr, and let's just resize it with the value m plus 1 comma 0. All right, now we'll iterate over all the indices j of this array over here starting from index m minus 1, j greater than equals to 0, j minus minus. Now there were two cases over here to computing dp of I comma j. So the first case was if a of I equals to b of j. So in that case, if you remember, that corresponded to this recurrence relation over here. So in that case, dp of I comma j was equals to 1 plus dp of I plus 1 comma j plus 1, right? So dp of I comma j in this case is nothing but curr j in this case. So currj in this case will be equals to 1 plus p of j plus 1. So otherwise currj in this case will be equals to maximum of, so let's just have a look at these two elements over here. So dp of I comma j plus 1 will be corresponding to curr j plus 1, and dp of I plus 1 comma j will be corresponding to p of j. Alright, and at the end of this entire iteration, all we need to do is we need to update p equals to curr. Alright, and then at the end of everything we can return p of 0, and that this should give us the final answer that we are looking for. P of 0 will be corresponding to the first element of the 0th row, that is dp of 0 comma 0, and that is our answer over here. So if you notice, we solve this entire problem in O of m space. Alright, so initially our space complexity was O of n star m, and now we are solving the exact same problem in O of m space. Alright, so let's see if this worked or not. So if you notice, we got all of our test cases right over here. So if you want to verify the test cases, you can actually pause the video and verify it. So that's all for this video, guys. And in the coming videos, we will try to use this exact same concept that we discussed in here to perform space optimization in many more problems. For example, knapsack can be optimized for space with the help of this exact same technique. So we will see those things in the coming videos. Thank you for watching this video.